Love. One all. One, two.
Good start here from Daniel Habesohn. It's so tricky to even get out the serve-receive game against Lin Wenru. Beautiful, subtle serve. And he's been developing his power as well. You can see he's been spending some time in the weight room.
And there is evidence of that power that you just mentioned, Fraser. Goal point up against Lin Wenru here.
You can see the base of Lin Wenru a lot more defined than what it was before. Habesohn, I mean, he's so quick, very nimble, grizzled, like you mentioned, and everything he's done over the years, but still at the top of the game. And I think if you would have said to him, you'll be in the round of 32 in men's singles, he would have bitten your hand off. Of course, not playing against Diem or getting through because of the German's injury. But nevertheless, someone who, on his day, can take out some of the very, very best players on the circuit.
Four, three.
Stunning rally there. Coming around the side of the ball with those forehands, Lin Wenru pinning the backhand of Habesohn, who bit the bait. Tried to play a blasting backhand, but it was too much to ask there from that position.
Lin Wenru has been in fantastic form all year, 70% of his matches he's won, so certainly he's a formidable opponent. Daniel Habesohn keeping pace in these opening stages. Three-time European champion, a two-time Olympian. With plenty of interest outside of table tennis as well. Congratulations to him. He's completed his Masters as well, so not easy to balance that alongside full-time table tennis.
Not at all. There's quite a few academics in table tennis. I think the sport attracts quite deep-thinking people because of all the fine details required to play it.
5 all.
Constantly having to think really, really quickly. I'll give a shout out to Tintin Ho of England, former top 100 player who's just graduated from the University of Nottingham in medicine.
Yeah, fantastic achievement. And a fantastic point from Daniel Habesohn.
Showed an immense amount of skill inside the table here. Look at this backhand. Wow. Contacted it so finely. Took a leaf out of Lin Wenru's textbook with that shot. Got to be so loose, so skilled to do that.
6 all.
Well, he left himself
6,
a bit exposed
7.
there, did Daniel Habesohn, and paid the price.
Yeah, it was all cards on the table on this pivot. That's the risk you take. It's a brilliant read, though, from Lin Wenru. Credit to him. Feeling here.
7 all.
So much side spin on the flick of Lin Wenru here. Habesohn able to nullify it with a bit of a chop block off the angle.
And what are the ways that you do
8,
nullify
7.
a player like Lin Wenru? Presumably you need a very good block against someone like him.
Yeah, you have to have a very good block. You've got to be over the ball. You have to stay low. Your timing has to be pinpoint. It has to be right in front of the body. The racket has to be closed because of the amount of topspin that he creates.
8 all.
You know, your technique has to be superb to play Lin Winru because of the amount of rotation he imparts. Such a spinny player. And of course, being a left-hander as well, it makes it even more tricky for Habesohn.
8
That variation
9.
coming from a different place, with left-handers being few and far between compared to right-handers overall in the game.
Absolutely, yeah.
10
Well, the
8.
backhand into the net from Habesohn gifts 2 game points to Lin Winru. It's been a very evenly matched opening game, these two just feeling each other out. Winru taking a bit more time with the towel ahead of these 2 big points for him. He has got the serve. Oh, fantastic point
11,
for Lin Winru. Takes
8,
the opening game. 2 game points.
to
He only
Lin
needed the
Winru.
one. Daniel Habesohn, the 23-year-old, against the Austrian veteran, the 38-year-old from Vienna.
That's crazy. That is
1
crazy right there.
love.
Habesohn did everything he could. Fanning backhand from Lin Winru. This was a great shot from Habesohn, but look how he finds that open side. He's like a viper, Lin. It's like a snake peering through the grass. So sneaky at times.
Yeah, he's a really
Love.
tricky player, isn't he?
2.
He doesn't give his opponent any time.
I think one of the best players to watch.
Love.
Yeah, he's so
3.
calm and composed, but he's very stressful to play against.
Yeah. It's intimidating when you're playing someone who just gives nothing away.
Three,
Incredible speed
1.
from Lin Winru, but great defense from Daniel Habesohn, hanging in on that rally.
The timing from Habesohn with those counters, stunning. Taking the ball right off the peak of the bounce with the forehand and backhand.
Four.
It's not just
1.
the play when the ball comes long, but it's the play when the ball's tight. You can see the oomph there of the Lin Winru push. It's so deep, right into the corner. It's quick, it's low to the net, back spinny. It's just got all the good qualities of a great push.
And of course, we must
1,
remind ourselves that
5.
Lin Winru has taken down some big names in his time. Won the WTT champions in Frankfurt 2 years ago, beating none other than Ma Long 4-1 in that one. So he is very, very capable indeed, a really dangerous player.
Bringing back some good memories there, Rebecca, yeah. Beating Wang Chuqin in the semi and then Mao Long in the final. It's been a couple of years, though, since he's had a huge results. Lin Winru is probably
1.
within the
5.
top 3 current best active players that has never won a world medal. So could he
2.
do
5.
it finally at this World Championships? Could he come away with at least a bronze? Certainly of the level of capability.
Well, he seems to be always in that bronze medal position when he does
5,
get deep
3.
runs at championships. A 3-time Asian Games bronze medalist. He's got bronze at the World Championships mixed doubles from 2021, a team bronze from 24. He's always there or thereabouts in the mix for the medals.
Yeah, mixed doubles bronze as well in Tokyo. Got to the men's semi-final, remember, as well. Nearly defeated Fan Zhendong in a 7-game thriller. That would have been a bit of a tipping point for Lin Winru. It's amazing when you look back how many results where if they just would have gone the other way, you know, history would have been completely different. The way we look at players now would be completely different. But Lin Winru has to
3,
think, okay,
7.
I got that loss for a reason. I've got to look at it like a learning curve. I wasn't ready to win then. Now, perhaps I am.
Oh, but Habesohn
4-7.
has got something to say about that. That was a wonderful point from the Austrian.
Handcuffing service. It had a lot of topspin
Let.
and side spin on it.
4-7.
Minru with that forehand touch. Not able to prevent that third ball kill.
8-4.
Minru firmly in control.
Some tables as well have different effects, and I feel like with this table, Lim Minru, when he spins, it skids, and it's so difficult for the opponent to calibrate a counter topspin.
8.
What a point that was from Daniel Habesohn.
Let the ball drop, actually, to take it beneath the surface. Look at the precision.
Yeah, that was really quite special.
That's one of the best shots we've seen today, I think.
And that's saying something.
Able
5,
to protect
9.
that crossover section with another fanning backhand. That's 2 for 2.
Six, 9. Nine, 7. Nine, 8.
Well. We talk about a player like Minru gives nothing away, but Habesohn will take some comfort from the fact that he's forced his opponent into taking that time out. And Habesohn
8.
well, too much on
11.
that one. Lim Minru.
Old team compared to the likes of Team France. They've had the same 4
love.
top men for some time now. You tend to see that more often in Europe. Team Portugal, another good example of that. They've had Apollonia, Freitas, Geraldo, Montero
1
knocking
all.
about for donkey's years. But Habesohn, a tried and tested player, someone who's been, you know, a European gold medalist a few times, especially in men's doubles, but also in men's team from 2014.
1, 2.
Someone who has the quality in his strokes to challenge the top Asian players. Lots of topspin with that backhand there.
Oh, just incredible stuff
2
from
all.
Minru. Likes to put his opponents in really awkward positions.
Not just looking at the ball, but also the opponent. Able to sense shifts in their body, go against the momentum of their weight.
3, 2.
So hard, isn't it, when you're going one way to then stop yourself, readjust to play a stroke you didn't expect yourself to have to. Yeah, he's able to jam you up, Lim Minru. Ooh, nice receive,
2,
Habesohn.
4.
Hits the net with his touch.
A brilliant
3,
defense
4.
from Habesohn. But just, there's no living with Lin Ru when he's in full flow, is there?
So difficult. Fished the first one, knew his best chance was to try and attack again. Key there that Lin Ru stayed composed, didn't panic, try and go too hard on his shots. That's what the top players do. A lot of fans say, why didn't he try to drop shot it? Why didn't he try to really kill the point to the other side? It's easier said than done. There's so much quality on the fishers, on the lobs, on the counters.
Oh, and that was some real quality there from Habesohn to take the lead once again. 11-time national champion, 3-time European champion. And this is positive in game number 3.
The lead diffused here. Lin Ru gaining control immediately with that backhand flick, the shot that he's really known for.
Well, this time it's Habesohn who produces the backhand flick.
Yeah, very nicely played here. The serve was bouncy enough to let him in. Proactive play, lots of spin on the ball, but because it was bouncy enough, Habesohn with his racket speed played it well.
6-all.
And Habesohn, if he is to establish himself in this contest, if he is to give Lin Ru a run for his money here with his opponent 2 games up, how does he do that? How does he assert himself in this one?
Just by, you know, keeping the fundamentals strong. You know, being mindful of the patterns of the match. He's going back to this serve again, but he has to be aggressive on this third ball. What he's done, Habesohn, is he's studied what Dmitry Ovcharov did against Lin Ru from the Olympic quarter-final, or sorry, the Olympic bronze medal match from 2020, and he's trying to do that serve himself. But Lin Ru is better prepared.
That was much better from Habesohn. You said he needed to attack that third ball. He didn't in the last point, but he did in this one.
Yeah, he wasn't surprised by the receive as much that time. Lin Ru coming in with the flick, but it's very, very difficult to flick a no-spin serve with a lot of spin.
Let 7-all. Eight, 7. Seven, 9.
Is this where Lin Ru begins to pull away, establishing a 2-point lead here? But this is much, much better from Daniel Habesohn, who's managed to assert himself a little more in game number 3. But you get the sense, Fraser, that this is where the class of Lin Ru begins to
7,
show.
9.
It's happened in the previous 2 games. He's gone toe-to-toe with him until the last juncture. Then Lin Ru just pulls away. I thought this was the game where Habesohn would be able to better the 2-11-8s that have occurred. Maybe not. 3 game points for Lin Ru.
And it's that famous backhand flick that earned the game point.
10, 8.
But the first has been and gone.
The net there giving Habesohn actually a little bit more time and space to work with. Nice fading shot.
Once again, Lin Ru just taking his time with the towel. Of course, they're entitled to a towel break, but Lin Ru, you get the sense, is just allowing himself a bit more time to compose himself before this second game point.
11.
And he wraps up the third with the same scoreline by which he won the first 2. They know that the danger that he poses.
You have to just stay focused on his hand. more than anything, because he's able to break the wrist at the last second. So what he's doing with his body isn't always going to leave a clue.
The fourth game. Lin Yunju to serve. Love all.
Fascinating player and incredibly frustrating to play against. We talked earlier about how he's utterly expressionless, gives nothing away in that sense either.
I'd say he's more expressive than he used to be, but still ice cold.
Love one.
He makes you have to gauge that fine line between acting prematurely and acting too late. It's easy to step in thinking he's going to serve short, and then all of a sudden you're caught out by his bottle challenge serve. That long, fast backspin, side spin when he does down the line.
Oh my goodness, how about
One
that?
all.
So much feeling. Such an intimate shot, this one. Caresses the ball.
Oh, an amazing rally.
One,
We don't see too many of those in this match. We haven't seen too many of those, but Lin Wenru showing that he's got the real strength and power as well.
I bet a few fans would have thought that was Habesohn's point, but it went through the net. Didn't go over the top to double bounce.
Three,
Hit
one.
it with some ferocity, Habesohn. The net is so tight. Often you see that the ball go under and through.
Let.
Habesohn thought that it was a let service.
3, 1.
Lin Wenru happy to oblige.
Oh, well, he was going for the
3,
aggressive,
2.
powerful shot, and just a grimace as he fails to connect with it, but it was a great shot from Habesohn, wasn't it? Playing it from under the table.
Got some nice dwell there, Habesohn. Wasn't as much topspin on the ball as what Lin Wenru thought. Habesohn must have contacted the ball a little bit more centrally on the rubber. He can actually fake topspin with similar technique to a shot that produces a lot of topspin. Basically, if you contact the ball a little bit closer towards the edge of the racket, you create more topspin.
Three, 4. Four, all.
Well, it was an ambitious
4,
one for
5.
Lin Wenru at full stretch to try and retrieve that ball from underneath the table.
Clips the edge here on this receive. Look at that. Yeah. Nothing really the silent assassin could do about that.
Six, 4.
Well, Lin Wenru struggling to deal with the spin there, you suspect.
It was actually the lack of spin that he struggled with. Because Habesohn just came through the back of the ball, there was nothing on it. Didn't really come through. Oh, that was beautifully
6,
done.
5.
But Habesohn certainly growing in confidence in game number 4. We saw the last 16 points, 8 points apiece in the last 16, but Lin Wenru taking that one and taking it well.
Pressuring him well though,
7.
Habesohn here. Getting a cushion again. It just takes time to get used to the quality of ball you're up against. I mean, who can emulate Lin Wenru's qualities in training for Habesohn?
And of course, we must remember that this is just his second match this week. Although this is round 3, he didn't play the first, so again, it takes time, doesn't it, to get into that rhythm.
6.
It does.
7.
That said, I feel as though for any European player, if you're going to beat Lin Wenru, it's in the first encounter. He's a genius at adapting and getting used to you, working you out. You've got to sort of come with a shock and awe approach. You've got to really
8,
intimidate him,
6.
get in his face. Can Habesohn do that to win this must-win game?
Well, this is much
9,
better for
6.
the Austrian, and a rare moment of emotion for Lin Wenru, albeit a slight one, but looking a little bit flustered and frustrated, perhaps.
He wants to keep a squeaky clean record, a clean sheet.
Oh, but it's Habesohn
7. 9.
who's really putting the pressure on him, but Lin Wenru just with a must-win point there, because Habesohn on the verge of wrapping up this must-win game, and Lin Wenru really needs to find some kind of response here.
Got the serves here, let's see if they can help him out. Is he going to go for the shovel? Looks like it.
Well, it was great defence from Habesohn, but the defence
9.
would only hold firm for so long.
Yeah, brick by brick, Lin Wenru breaking him down here. Did well to get that parallel one back. That one a bit wider. What
Time
happened
out.
there, he asks.
Oh my goodness, well,
10.
Habesohn
8.
with 2 game points, the timeout, well-timed indeed for the Austrian. Lin Wenru just failing to connect, finds the net instead. Will Habesohn take us to game number 5? Well, that's the
9.
first game point saved, but can Habesohn get it across the line at the second time of asking? The pressure is on. Lin Wenru looking completely unflappable. And it's a second game point save.
10.
Lin Wenru takes the
All.
scores to juice, 10 points apiece. Daniel Habesohn has his moment gone.
Oh, the composure there from Lin Wenru. Emphatic. Habesohn came racing back in. Tried to play a bit of a cocky knee one, no-look block. Just had too much of a stretch to make. Couldn't close the racket with his arms so far out in front of his body, or to the side rather.
And it's match points
10.
for Lin Wenru. Just
11.
the single match point. Habesohn, will he be thinking about those opportunities missed, those 2 game points? Will that be weighing heavy on his mind? Lin Wenru through in straight games, 12
10.
points to 10, pushed all
12.
the way in the end by the 38-year-old
Game and
Austrian.
match to
It is
Lin
Lin Wenru,
Wenru
the
for
number
love.
12 seed, who marches on through to the next round here. He's through to the round of 16. Congratulations indeed to the player from Chinese Taipei. He meets Patrick Franziska of Germany next, the number 8 seed, lying in wait for Lin Wenru. The silent assassin gets the job done.